wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't even...
Hey y'all, how we doing? It's your boy Derek of the Fourth Down Forum Podcast. Welcome to episode 58. This is one of my favorite times of the year. This is your free agent frenzy, free agent files. It's NFL free agency. And what that means is all these teams that were just there or not quite there, they're working to rebuild their roster, right? First comes free agency, then comes the draft, but we're not at the draft yet. You already know that special comes. Right now, we are talking about your NFL free agency frenzy. So, let's start off. Started off with a bang, to be honest. The Washington Commanders, you know, I got a soft spot for them because my boy Jaden Daniels plays for them. That's my college QB. Can't really hate on them. They traded the Niners a 5th-round pick for one Mr. Deebo Samuel. And you think that's where they would finish? No, because they were in the NFC Conference Championship game. They were this close to being in the Super Bowl. They traded, I believe, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 7th, if I'm not mistaken, pick. I don't know if it was in the same year, if it's this year or different years. They traded all those picks to the Texans for a franchise left tackle in Laramie Tunsil. So he will be protecting Jaden Daniels' blind side. They also re-signed Zach Ertz, who was a very solid addition for them. And they signed Jets defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw. So they are definitely one of the winners on day one of NFL free agency. Now, I do want to let y'all know, obviously we're not going to cover every day. There's certain teams like, you know, I don't know, that don't really get into a whole lot of day one, wow and pal, glitz and glamour free agent shopping. And it's worked for them so far, so I can't really hate on it, but we'll talk about them in a little bit. So, the Commanders, A+ in my book. Now we go to their counterpart in the Philadelphia Eagles, who, mind you, have lost a lot of players, but that's going to happen when you're coming off the heels of winning a Super Bowl. We'll get into who they lost. I'm not going to have every single player. But what did the Eagles do? You know that guy, Saquon Barkley, that just helped them win a Super Bowl? Yeah, they paid him, and they paid him well. I believe a 2-year, $41 million deal. Well-deserved. Keep Saquon in the green and white, or the Kelly green, whatever you want to say, for another 3 years, which, phenomenal to see. Zach Bond got an extension as well. His was 3 years. I don't have the details on the numbers. Let's talk about the AFC North, shall we? The Steelers, my foe. Respect the hell out of y'all. Y'all did your damn thing. So far, there's one aspect missing. But y'all went out. Remember I just said the Eagles lost some players? Yeah, Darius Slay was one of those guys who is now going to be, he doesn't got to go very far because he's still staying in the state of Pennsylvania, but he is going to be playing in the black and yellow. The big move that the Steelers made. They lost Justin Fields. We'll get to where he's going. But they traded for DK Metcalf. They traded a 2nd-round pick. And not only did they trade for DK Metcalf, they gave him a 5-year, $150 million extension. For those of you who don't know, I've said it before on the pod. I work for a sports store. Very much like, you know, memorabilia, stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you which store. But if you know me, because some of y'all do know me, and you come into my job asking if we just got that DK Metcalf jersey in, knowing that it's going to take a minute to process and put together, it's not like we magically have a hot press in the back and we're like, yo, guy, let me get one DK Metcalf jersey on the grill. No, it doesn't work like that. Anyways, the Steelers need a quarterback. Resign Russ? Potentially. There is a guy they have been linked to, and it is a guy whose career I have admired. And that is one Mr. Aaron Rodgers. So that's going to sting me a little. Another note I want to make. The Steelers also, for the second year in a row, my boy Issa will appreciate this, the second year in a row, have taken a Ravens linebacker from the Ravens. But I'm giving them an A plus as well. I can be not biased, see? The Chargers. Now, I know a lot of their fan base is going to complain and say, we haven't really done much. Y'all have done a lot more than my team's done. Just saying. They re-signed pass rusher Khalil Mack to a 1-year, $18 million deal. And Greg Roman, for all the crap that I like to give you, you did your damn thing with this one. Actually, Jim, you did your thing with this one. That they didn't agree with me, obviously, but I digress. Najee Harris, 1-year deal. Greg Roman is the one OC. His weak point may be passing schemes, passing concepts. He can run the ball down your dang throat. Now, my Baltimore Ravens re-signed Ronnie Stanley, left tackle, 3-year, $60 million deal, $20 million annually. I love it. That was the big acquisition we needed to keep. He stays in Charm City. Him, Roger Rosengarten at right tackle, and Tyler Linderbaum at center. We got a pretty good line coming together. At least for another 3 years, the bookend left tackle and right tackle were there. Linderbaum, you gonna get your dang extension. We gonna make sure you stay in purple and black. My wish list for the Ravens. Now, they never go big on day one. The most recent outside of, Baltimore, like already being an inside player who was going to get re-signed, that I can remember, obviously Derrick Henry last year. I don't think we signed OBJ until Easter the year before that. So I trust DaCosta. He learned under Ozzie Newsome. But here are some things I would like to see, right? Our wide receiver 3 was Nelson Aguilar. No hate to Nelson Aguilar at all. But there are some guys on the open market who I personally believe would be an upgrade over Nelly. If we bring Nelly back, I'm not going to be mad. But there is a guy with the Rams by the name of Cooper Kupp. Baltimore, I know we got a crap ton of picks. Give them one to get Cooper Kupp. There is backup quarterback. Now, I'm going to speak for my boy Sammy. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. You follow his Twitter, you might think, hey, yo. But he's cool people. He wants Josh Johnson off this damn team. And I agree with him. And, his favorite quarterback, Devin Leary, he holds near and dear to his heart. I say in a joking manner, that man cannot stand Devin Leary. But there are better backup quarterback options. Corner. There's low risk, low reward, high risk, high reward, however I'm trying to say that. Jair Alexander is out there. Reunite him with his college teammate in Lamar Jackson. Do the dang thing. Get it done. And I would like to see us go after a pass rusher. So the pass rusher I would like to see us go after, it doesn't matter. Obviously, Chase Young is off the board. Khalil Mack is off the board. We'll get to why Chase Young is off the board. Von Miller is out there. One of the Bosa brothers, I don't remember which one. I think it's Joey, if I'm not mistaken. He's out there. I want a game-changing pass rusher. There is a saying, and the saying goes like this. If you're going to piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat. And as much as I love the Ravens, they have been pissing like a puppy for the past few years. This isn't hatred. This isn't anger. A little bit of anger. This is frustration. The Ravens have the team to get to this Super Bowl. We have come up short the past 2 years. Something needs to change. That's my rant on that. I digress. Let's talk about the Browns, okay? The Browns extended Myles Garrett. So there was a whole thing, which makes me even more grateful that we re-signed Ronnie Stanley. There was a whole thing with Myles Garrett, right? Trade me. No, we're not going to trade you. Trade me. I don't want to be here. I want to go to a winning team. Yada, yada, yada. Got to get away. Can I, whole thing. Give me just a second, y'all. Just for him to end back up with the Cleveland Browns. So, he's going to go down as a Cleveland Brown great. He's going to go into the Ring of Honor if they have a Ring of Honor. First ballot Hall of Famer for sure. I will give him those accolades. But is he ever going to win a ring in the city of Cleveland? And the other thing they did, they traded DTR to Philly. So Philly gets an upgrade I forgot to mention this earlier. Philly gets an upgrade at backup quarterback because now it goes Jalen Hurts, DTR, I'm assuming, or it might go McGee, DTR, McGee. But now the Browns' backup is Kenny Pickett. Baby hands? I mean, he's won a Super Bowl, so he's got that accolade. Speaking of pass rushers and whatnot, though, let's talk about the Los Angeles Raiders, who started free agency a couple days early by signing guard Alex Cappa, which is great for them. It's going to protect that quarterback who, checks note, is Geno Smith. You're telling me the Seahawks wrote off Geno Smith. But fear not. Because what they did with doing that move is this. They reunited Geno Smith with Pete Carroll. That's going to be an interesting thing to see. The Raiders also, Max Crosby, much like Myles Garrett, complained about not being on a winner. This, that, and the other. And I can't hate on them for that because even Lamar, when he wanted his contract and we were going through that hell, he requested a trade too. So, you use it to your advantage when you're trying to get more money. I can't hate on it. Yeah. I'm going to give... I didn't say what I was going to give the Ravens. I'm going to give the Ravens a solid B+ for right now because I need to see some more stuff. That grade may change. The Chargers, I'll give a B-. Not hating on y'all, but the Rams re-signed their quarterback, backup, Jimmy G. And they won the Devontae Adams sweepstakes. A lot of people thought he was going to go and toe wherever Aaron Rodgers went. No, he's going to be playing with Matthew Stafford, which Tutu Atwell just re-signed with them. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua. That tight end tandem. Their running backs are stout. and Stafford and Jimmy G. Jimmy G can be a serviceable starter if he needs to be. I feel like I'll just give them a solid B. You know, I don't have to grade these. I just am for some reason. Now, let's talk about the Bills, who extended Gregory Rousseau. Rousseau? Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Re-signed their franchise quarterback, Josh Allen. Now, the only beef I have with this, because I have been on the podcast before, and I have went on record and said Josh Allen deserved to win MVP. It was either between him or Lamar. I'm not going to be one of these fans who are like, oh, well, Josh Allen, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, I like the troll and stuff. Yeah, it's fun. It's part of the game. But the Bills re-signed Josh Allen to a 6-year extension. He already had 4 years left on his current deal. So the Bills have their franchise quarterback locked down for the next 10 years, which you can never complain about that, right? And they signed former Chargers wide receiver Josh Palmer. So for the Gregory Rousseau, let me know if I'm butchering it, by the way. And the Josh Allen deals alone, the Bills are also getting an A+ from me. The Seahawks. Now, they won a sweepstakes, didn't they? And it was the Sam Darnold sweepstakes. They gave him 3 years, $100-something million, coming off a historical season with the Minnesota Vikings. So, I do like this move. I need to see more out of Seattle, though. They got my dog, Mike McDonald, over there. My dear friend Ann, she was mad at me when I did the the season previews. I had them finishing last in the division. I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm just going to say, I need y'all to go get some receivers. Diggs is out there. I believe Amari Cooper's out there. Like I said earlier, I want the Ravens to trade for him. But if y'all get to him before us, kudos. Cooper Kupp, you could trade for him. But it seems like if nobody comes through for that, he's going to get released. So we'll see how that plays. For right now, I'm going to give the Seahawks a C+. That can turn into a better grade, but I had to do it. The Texans signed Dolphins wide receiver Braxton Berrios. Traded for Jaguars wide receiver Christian Kirk. I don't know what else they've been doing. They traded Laramie Tunsil, which was dumb in my opinion, because that's your franchise left tackle. What the hell were you doing? I'm going to give them a B-. The Saints re-signed Chase Young. I'm not going to grade them because I don't know where to grade them. 3-year, $50-something million deal. The Buccaneers signed Hassan Reddick and re-signed Chris Goodwin. They're going to get an A. And now look, I know I said this is free agency frenzy, and it was. It still is. There's going to be a second wave. There could have been players that signed as I was recording this episode. That said, I can't get to every single NFL free agent pickup. Now, I have been thinking of toying around with TikTok Live. Maybe doing stuff on there. Maybe doing stuff on Instagram. Like going live, discussing, discussing free agents, the impact they're going to have on their teams. Yeah. But stuff coming up on the channel. Now, y'all may be like, D, something looks different. This will be the last Fourth Down Forum podcast in this room because I'm in the process of moving again. So, might not record something for a week or two outside of like shorts. We will still be posting though, because this is what I do. This is what I'm trying to make a career out of. Y'all know this. Stuff coming up on the channel. We said free agent frenzy was this, right? your NFL mock draft. Me and Michael have been hard working on that. Timeout, reverse that. We have been hard at work working on that for y'all. That didn't sound much better, but we have been doing our due diligence to get a great mock draft for y'all. Your NFL schedule release will release in May. I will do an episode on that. We didn't get a chance to cover the combine just because there was too many moving pieces going on. NBA, you'll get NBA content. Opening day, I will be doing an MLB opening day episode. We'll do baseball, but it won't be the grand scheme of things. Football is the bread and butter, both college and NFL, which I'm thinking about doing college pick'ems next season as well. So y'all might get 2 episodes per week instead of just the NFL pick'ems. So yeah, I would like to let y'all know I appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all for being here with me. Thank y'all for continuing to support the grind. You may have some exciting stuff in the works. Y'all will see that posted either on the Fourth Down Forum Twitter social media pages or on the community page on here. I would like to let y'all know, friendly reminder, once we hit 500 subs, we are doing a giveaway for a mini helmet of either your favorite NFL team or your favorite collegiate team. Once that contest goes into effect, I'll put the rules out. I'll pick a winner, DM them or message them and be like, hey, my guy Big Mike of the Runnin' Wrestling podcast, y'all should really check his work out, by the way. He does phenomenal work on both WWE, AEW, wrestling content across the board. And when I tell you, this isn't me just hyping one of my friends up. It is. But at the same time, this is a man who busts his ass to bring great quality insights and wrestling knowledge and content to y'all. And I remember us having a talk, and he was like, he wasn't unsure if he wanted to go through with the solo podcast stuff. And I get that because, many of y'all know this used to be the What a Play podcast with my boy Jalen. And I hold no ill will towards my boy. He's got stuff. He's busy, He didn't want to do this, which is fine. No ill will. I started it back up. I got a little discouraged at first. I was like, hey, maybe I can't do this by myself. We have multiple, humble brag, slight brag. We have multiple sponsorships, and we're not done yet. I say this to say, follow your dreams, never give up. Your hard work will pay off one day. Thank y'all for the love and support. Appreciate y'all being here with me, and I will see y'all forever.
Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces.